Okay, thermal conductivity and its variation with temperature. Thermal conductivity and its variation with temperature for various engineering materials. For various engineering materials. For various engineering materials. Okay. Then second sub point, steady state heat conduction. Steady state heat conduction. Steady state heat conduction. Steady state heat conduction. In that, write down derivation of generalized heat conduction equation. Derivation of generalized heat conduction equation. Generalized heat conduction equation in Cartesian coordinate. Generalized heat conduction equation in Cartesian coordinate. Cartesian coordinate, and its reduction to Fourier, Laplace and Poisson's equation. Derivation of generalized heat conduction equation in Cartesian coordinate and its reduction to Fourier, Laplace and Poisson's equation. Fourier, Laplace and Poisson's equation. Poisson's equation. Full stop. Generalized heat conduction equation in cylindrical and spherical coordinates. Generalized heat conduction equation in cylindrical and spherical coordinates. In bracket, no derivation. Generalized heat conduction equation in cylindrical and spherical coordinates. In bracket, no derivation. And its reduction to one dimension. And its reduction to one dimension. Next point, heat conduction through plane wall. Heat conduction through plane wall, comma cylinder. Heat conduction through plane wall, comma cylinder, comma sphere. Comma composites. Plane wall, comma cylinder, comma sphere, comma composites. Next point, critical radius of insulation for cylinder and sphere. Critical radius of insulation for cylinder and sphere. Critical radius of insulation for cylinder and sphere. Full stop. Next, one-dimensional steady-state heat conduction. Next point, one-dimensional steady-state heat conduction with uniform heat generation. One-dimensional steady-state heat conduction with uniform heat generation. For wall and cylinder. One-dimensional steady-state heat conduction with uniform heat generation uniform heat generation for wall and cylinder, in bracket numerical treatment, wall and cylinder, in bracket numerical treatment, okay. Then next sub point, unsteady state heat conduction. Next sub point, unsteady state heat conduction. Unsteady state heat conduction. Unsteady state heat conduction. Write down. Systems with negligible internal resistance. Systems with negligible internal resistance. Systems with negligible internal resistance, comma, Biot and Fourier number and their significance. Biot and Fourier number. Biot and Fourier number and their significance. Comma, lumped heat capacity analysis. Lumped heat capacity analysis. Lumped heat capacity analysis, in bracket descriptive treatment. In bracket descriptive treatment. Okay, so all of you get this point. What part we have to cover in unit number 1? We have to discussing the modes of heat transfer, laws of heat transfer, what is the meaning of thermal conductivity, what is the effect of that on the temperature. Okay, then related to the steady state heat conduction, we have to discuss the general heat conduction equation. We have to reduce that equation in the Fourier, Laplace, Poisson's. Okay, then we have to discuss the different equation for the wall, cylinder, sphere, composites. Then we have to understand the concept of critical radius of insulation. Okay, and one-dimensional steady-state heat conduction with uniform heat generation for the wall and cylinder. And in unsteady state, we have to understand what is the meaning of internal resistance, what is the meaning of Biot number, Fourier number, and their significance. And we have to understand the concept of lumped heat capacity. Okay, so this is about the syllabus of the unit number 1. Then write down the syllabus for the unit number 2. Unit number 2 is nothing but extended surfaces. What is the unit number 2? That is nothing but extended surfaces. So before going to write the syllabus, can anyone tell me what is the meaning of extended surfaces? काय सांगता येईल? काय असणार आहे? What is the meaning of extended surfaces? या शब्दावरून तर सांगा. What is the meaning of extended surfaces? Okay, so extended surface is nothing but fins. म्हणजे काय असणार आहे? Extended surfaces means what? Our aim is to increase the rate of heat transfer. आपल्याला काय करायचं आहे? एखादा ऑब्जेक्ट आहे. So from that particular object, we have to increase the rate of heat transfer. Okay, suppose we have to consider one IC engine. Okay, so inside that IC engine, what will happen? The combustion will be takes place, and due to that combustion, what will happen? The temperature will be increases. Okay, तर त्या पर्टिक्युलर IC इंजिनचं जर टेम्परेचर जास्त राहिलं तर ते जे कंपोनेंट आहेत ते काय होणार आहे? डॅमेज होणार आहे. ओके, सो फॉर दॅट आवर एम इज टू ट्रान्सफर द हीट टू द सराउंडिंग. आपल्याला काय करायचं आहे? जे काही इंजिन गरम झालेलं आहे, व्हॉटएव्हर द इंजिन इज देयर, द टेम्परेचर इज हाय, सो आवर एम इज टू रिड्यूस दॅट टेम्परेचर. सो फॉर दॅट वी हॅव टू यूज द एक्सटेंडेड सर्फेसेस. म्हणजे आपण काय करणार आहे? तिथं जे काही सिलेंडर हेड असणार आहे त्याची जर तुम्ही बॉडी बघितलेली असेल तर त्याच्यावरती प्लेट्स असतात. ओके, डिफरंट प्लेट्स आर देयर. किंवा तुम्ही इलेक्ट्रिक मोटर जर बघितले असेल तर इलेक्ट्रिक मोटरचं स्ट्रक्चर कसं असते बघा, वरती असे प्लेट्स असतात. Okay, so what is the meaning of that? That is nothing but extended surfaces. Okay, so because of that, what will happen? The surface area will be increases. त्याच्यामुळे काय होणार आहे? त्या प्लेट अशा बघा, तुम्ही मोटरवरती बघितलं तर अशा प्लेट असतात वरती. सर्क्युलर जी मोटर असणार आहे त्याच्यावरती ज्या पेरीवरती अशा प्लेट्स असतात. That plates is nothing but extended surfaces. Okay, so what is the use of that extended surfaces? Whatever the heat is created inside that motor. Okay, ज्यावेळेला आपण मोटर स्टार्ट करणार आहे त्यावेळेला ती मोटर काय होणार आहे, गरम होणार आहे. ओके, गरम झाल्यामुळे ती मोटर डॅमेज होण्याची शक्यता आहे. So for that our aim is to transfer the heat from that inside section to the surrounding. So for that we have to use the extended surfaces, or that is nothing but fins. Okay, त्या fins मुळे काय होणार आहे, whatever the fins or whatever the extended surface is there, because of that the surface area will be increases, and if surface area is increases means the maximum heat transfer will be takes place into the surrounding. समजले का सगळ्यांना? What is the meaning of extended surfaces? This is nothing but fins are there. Because of that we have to increasing the area, and due to the increasing area what will happen, the heat transfer rate will be increases. Okay, so whatever the objects are there, where the temperature is increases, and our aim is to transfer the heat into the surrounding. At that time we have to use this extended surfaces. Okay, all of you get this point? What is the meaning of extended surfaces? जे काही टेम्परेचर आतमध्ये क्रिएट होणार आहे ते आपल्याला सराउंडिंगला पाठवायचं आहे, त्यासाठी आपल्याला सरफेस एरिया इन्क्रीज करायचा आहे, त्याच्यासाठी आपण काय यूज करणार आहे, वी हॅव टू यूज दी extended surfaces. Okay, so write down the syllabus for that. Extended surfaces, types and applications of fins. Okay, fins is nothing but extended surfaces. म्हणजे जे काही extended surface आहेत, what is the another name for that? Fins. Okay, types and applications of fins. Types and applications of fins. Types and applications of fins, comma, governing equation for constant cross section area fins. Governing equation for constant cross section area fins. Constant cross section area fins. Constant cross section area fins, comma, solution for fins with convective tip. Solution for fins with convective tip, comma, adequately long in bracket with insulated end. Adequately long in bracket with insulated end, and infinitely long full stop. Then fin effectiveness and efficiency. Fin effectiveness and efficiency in bracket numerical treatment. In bracket numerical treatment. Okay, so all of you get this point. Unit number 2 is nothing but extended surfaces. Our aim is to transfer the maximum heat. Okay, so in this topic we have to discuss the what are the different types of the fins are there. Rectangular fin is there, trapezoidal fin is there. So there are different types are there, we have to discuss. Then what are the applications of the fins? Okay, IC engine, electric motor. So these are the applications where we have to using the fins. Then governing equation for constant cross section area fins. So we have to derive the derivation for the constant cross section area fins, and we have to finding the solution for fins with convective tip, adequately long and infinitely long. So we have to considering the 3 conditions. In first condition we have to considering the infinitely long fin is there. म्हणजे काही केस मध्ये जर इलेक्ट्रिक मोटर आहे तिथे जर एकदम लॉंग फिन लावली तर त्याचा इफेक्ट काय होणार आहे, त्याच्यासाठी डेरिवेशन काय असणार आहे. ओके, त्याच्यानंतर इन्सुलेटेड एंड असेल म्हणजे एखादी फिन आपण कनेक्ट करणार, त्याचा एंड जो असणार आहे तो इन्सुलेट करणार आहे. फॉर दॅट वी हॅव टू डिराइविंग द डेरिवेशन. ओके, देन व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ फिन इफेक्टिवनेस अँड इफिशियन्सी. सो फिन इफेक्टिव इज नथिंग बट वी हॅव टू कॅल्क्युलेटिंग द रेट ऑफ हीट ट्रान्सफर विथ फिन अँड विदाउट फिन. एका केस मध्ये आपण काय करणार आहे, रेट ऑफ हीट ट्रान्सफर कॅल्क्युलेट करणार आहे, तिथं फिन नसणार आहे त्यावेळेचा, आणि ज्या वेळेला आपण फिन लावणार आहे त्यावेळेचा रेट ऑफ हीट ट्रान्सफर फाइंड आउट करणार आहे. हा जो रेशो असणार आहे, दॅट रेशो इज नथिंग बट फिन इफेक्टिव्हनेस. म्हणजे फिन वापरल्यामुळे तुम्हाला हीट ट्रान्सफर रेट किती मॅक्सिमम भेटलेला. ओके, सो बाय युजिंग दॅट इक्वेशन वी हॅव टू कॅल्क्युलेट द फिन इफेक्टिव्हनेस. देन व्हॉट इज द इफिशियन्सी. ओके, क्यू ऍक्च्युअल डिवाइडेड बाय क्यू मॅक्सिमम. ओके, एखादं जे ऑब्जेक्ट आहे त्याच्यामधून क्यू ऍक्च्युअल किती फ्लो होणार आहे आणि मॅक्सिमम किती रेट ऑफ हीट ट्रान्सफर फ्लो होऊ शकतोय. That ratio is nothing but efficiency. Okay, so that derivations also have to solve in the unit number 2. Okay, so this is about the unit number 2, extended surfaces. Then write down the unit number 3, radiation. Unit number 3, radiation. Okay, so as we know that what is the meaning of radiation. Okay, radiation is nothing but transfer of heat in the form of electromagnetic waves. What is the meaning of radiation? Radiation म्हणजे काय असणार आहे, जी काही हीट इलेक्ट्रोमॅग्नेटिक वेव्हच्या फॉर्म मध्ये फॉर्म होणार आहे, ट्रान्सफर होणार आहे, दॅट इज नथिंग बट radiation. Okay, all of you get this point. What is the meaning of radiation? Transfer of heat in the electromagnetic waves, and every body emits radiation above 0 Kelvin. म्हणजे ज्या बॉडीचं टेम्परेचर 0 केल्विन पेक्षा जास्त असणार आहे ती प्रत्येक बॉडी काय करणार आहे, रेडिएशन इमिट करणार आहे. लक्षात ठेवा, एव्हरी बॉडी इमिट्स रेडिएशन अबो 0 केल्विन. ओके, म्हणजे हा बेंच आहे, बेंच जरी टेम्परेचर 0 केल्विनच्या वरती असेल तर इथून पण रेडिएशन ट्रान्सफर होत असतात. लक्षात ठेवा. ओके, एव्हरी बॉडी इमिट्स रेडिएशन अबो 0 केल्विन. ज्या कुठलीही बॉडी तुम्ही कन्सिडर करा, त्या बॉडीचं जर टेम्परेचर 0 केल्विन पेक्षा जास्त असेल तर त्या बॉडीमधून काय होत असतात, रेडिएशन इमिट होत असतात. ओके, देन वी हॅव टू डिस्कस अबाउट द नेचर ऑफ थर्मल रेडिएशन. सो एज वी नो दैट देयर आर डिफरंट रेडिएशंस आर देयर, एक्स-rays there, electromagnetic waves are there. Okay, infrared radiation is there. Okay, so there are different natures are there that we have to discuss. Then definitions of absorptivity, reflectivity and transmissivity. तुम्ही ऑलरेडी स्टडी केला असेल. काय असते absorptivity, reflectivity, transmissivity? Anyone? एखादा ऑब्जेक्ट आहे, suppose you have to consider this bench. Okay, so on this bench there are total radiations are incident on that particular bench. From that radiation, some radiation will be absorbed, some radiation will be reflected and some radiation will be transmitted. Okay, जे काय आपण रेडिएशन एखाद्या ऑब्जेक्ट वरती इन्सिडेंट करतोय तर त्यातले काय होणार आहेत, काही ऍब्सॉर्ब केले जातील, काही रिफ्लेक्ट केले जातील आणि काही ट्रान्समिट केले जातील. ओके, म्हणजे हे ऍब्सॉर्प्टिव्हिटी म्हणजे काय असणार आहे, इन्सिडेंट रेडिएशन अपॉन टोटल रेडिएशन, सॉरी ऍब्सॉर्ब रेडिएशन डिवाइडेड बाय इन्सिडेंट रेडिएशन. म्हणजे तुम्ही किती त्याच्यावरती इन्सिडेंट केलेले आहेत आणि त्यातले किती ऍब्सॉर्ब केलेले आहेत. Absorbed divided by total radiation is nothing but absorptivity. Similarly, what is meant by reflectivity? Reflectivity काय होईल सांगा, reflected radiation divided by incident radiation. And what about the transmissivity? Transmitted radiation divided by incident radiation. म्हणजे तुम्ही किती इन्सिडेंट केलते त्यातले किती रिफ्लेक्ट झाले, तुम्ही किती इन्सिडेंट केलते किती ऍब्सॉर्ब झाले आणि किती इन्सिडेंट केलते आणि किती ट्रान्समिट झालेले आहेत. These factors are related to the absorptivity, reflectivity and transmissivity. Then monochromatic emissive power, total emissive power and emissivity, concept of black body, gray body. Okay, तर black body म्हणजे काय असणार आहे, absorptivity काय असणार आहे for the black body, absorptivity is equal to, माहिती आहे का, absorptivity black body अशी असणार आहे त्याच्यावरती रेडिएशन absorb जेवढे काय आपण इन्सिडेंट करतोय ते सगळे ऍब्सॉर्ब केले जातात. सो अल्फा इज इक्वल टू 1. सो फॉर द ब्लॅक बॉडी ऍब्सॉर्प्टिव्हिटी इज इक्वल टू 1. ओके, देन ग्रे बॉडी, Kirchhoff's law, Wien's law, Planck's law. So these are the different laws related to the radiation. Okay, then Lambert's cosine rule is there. Intensity of radiation, energy exchanged by radiation between two black surfaces with non-absorbing medium in between. Okay, so we have to consider in the different conditions. Two black bodies are there, there is a no absorbing medium, so for that we have to derive the derivation. Okay, then concept of radiation, shape factor and its properties, energy exchanged by radiation between two gray surfaces without absorbing medium and absence of retardation, radiation. म्हणजे एकदा आपण दोन ब्लॅक बॉडीज कन्सिडर करून त्याच्यासाठी डेरिवेशन डिराइव करणार आहे. देन वी हॅव टू कन्सिडर इन द टू ग्रे बॉडीज, फॉर दैट वी हॅव टू डिराइव द डेरिवेशन. ओके, देन वी हॅव टू अंडरस्टूड द व्हाट इज मीन बाय रेडिएशन नेटवर्क मेथड, network for two surfaces which seen each other. Okay, so this is the syllabus for the radiation. Okay, radiation म्हणजे काय असणार आहे, what are the different laws of the radiation. Okay, what are the different bodies are there, black body, gray body, opaque body is there. Okay, what are the nature of the thermal radiations. Okay, then we have to discuss these two derivations, energy exchange by radiation between two black surfaces with non-absorbing medium in between and absence of re-radiating surfaces. And similarly for we have to discussing the derivation for the two gray surfaces. त्याच्या अगोदर पण आपण काय बघणार आहे, शेप फॅक्टर म्हणजे काय बघणार आहे, व्हॉट इज द शेप फॅक्टर and the Lambert's cosine rule and intensity of radiation. Okay, so that part we have to cover in the unit number 3, radiation. Okay, तर सगळ्यांनी बेसिक समजून घ्या. प्रत्येक बॉडी जी असणार आहे ती 0 केल्विनच्या वरती रेडिएशन काय करणार आहे, इमिट करणार आहे. रेडिएशन जे आहे ते रेडिएशन इज नथिंग बट इलेक्ट्रोमॅग्नेटिक वेव्हज आहेत. त्याला कशाची मीडियमची गरज नाही. विदाउट मीडियम हीट ट्रान्सफर इज टेक्स प्लेस. दॅट मोड इज नथिंग बट रेडिएशन. ओके, हे प्रत्येक पॉइंट जे आहे ते आपण वन बाय वन बघणारच आहे. ओके, सो राइट डाउन द सिलेबस. युनिट 3, रेडिएशन. राइट डाउन nature of thermal radiation. Nature of thermal radiation. Nature of thermal radiation. Nature of thermal radiation, comma, definitions of absorptivity, comma, reflectivity. Definitions of absorptivity, comma, reflectivity, comma, transmissivity. Definitions of absorptivity, comma, reflectivity, comma, transmissivity, comma, monochromatic emissive power. Monochromatic emissive power. Monochromatic emissive power. Monochromatic emissive power. Full stop. Total emissive power and emissivity. 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 Comma, concept of black body and gray body. 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 Comma, Kirchhoff's law, Wien's law and Planck's law. Kirchhoff's law, Wien's law and Planck's law. Kirchhoff's law, Wien's law and Planck's law. Planck's law. Full stop. Then Lambert cosine rule. Lambert cosine rule. Lambert cosine rule, comma, intensity of radiation. Lambert cosine rule, intensity of radiation. Intensity of radiation. Intensity of radiation, full stop. Intensity of radiation, full stop. Next, energy exchange by radiation between two black surfaces with non-absorbing medium. Energy exchange by radiation between two black surfaces with non-absorbing medium in between. Energy exchange by radiation between two black surfaces with non-absorbing medium in between and in absence of re-radiating surfaces. And in absence of re-radiating surfaces. In absence of re-radiating surfaces. Re-radiating surfaces, full stop. Concept of radiation shape factor and its properties. Concept of radiation shape factor and its properties. Concept of radiation shape factor and its properties. In bracket, description only. Concept of radiation shape factor and its properties. In bracket, description only. full stop. Next, energy exchange by radiation. Energy exchange by radiation between two gray surfaces. Energy exchange by radiation between two gray surfaces without absorbing medium. Energy exchange by radiation between two gray surfaces without absorbing medium, and absence of re-radiation, and radiosity, absence of re-radiation and radiosity, full stop. Radiation network method, comma, network for two surfaces, which see each other, in bracket numerical treatment. Radiation network method, network for two surfaces which see each other, in bracket numerical treatment. Okay, so this is the syllabus of the unit number 3, radiation. Okay, याच्यामध्ये सिंपल डेफिनेशन्स आहेत जास्त करून, ऍब्सॉर्बिव्हिटी, रिफ्लेक्टिव्हिटी, ट्रान्समिसिव्हिटी ह्या सगळ्या डेफिनेशन आहेत. इथं फक्त 2 डेरिवेशन आहेत, एनर्जी एक्सचेंज बाय रेडिएशन बिटवीन टू ब्लॅक सर्फेसेस आणि एनर्जी एक्सचेंज बाय रेडिएशन बिटवीन टू ग्रे सर्फेसेस, and on that we have to solve the problems. Okay, so this is about the unit number 3, radiation. Then section 2, write down section 2. In section 2 there are 3 units are there. Okay, section 2, unit 4 is nothing but convection. Okay, so whatever the modes we have discussed, conduction, convection and radiation. Okay, so related to that there are topics are there. Radiation topic is there, conduction topic is there. Okay, convection topic is there. Okay, so in unit number 4, write down the name of the unit 4, that is convection. Okay, so whatever we have discussed, what is meant by forced convection and natural convection, so that separate bits are there. Okay, so some bits we have to cover in the forced convection, and whatever the bits which are related to the natural convection. मला वाटतं ह्यातला बराच पार्ट तुम्हाला एफएम मध्ये झाला असेल. ओके, डायमेन्शनल अनालिसिस ऐकले का? डायमेन्शनल अनालिसिस. ओके, बकीमॅनची पाय मेथड, पाय 1, पाय 2, पाय 3 काय आठवत आहे का? ऑनलाइन मध्ये झालं का तुम्हाला? ओके, so in unit number 4, convection, we have to understood what is meant by forced convection and what is meant by natural convection. So before going to start this forced convection and natural convection, can anyone tell me what is the definition of convection? कसा heat transfer होत असेल in the convection? What way the heat transfer is takes place in the convection? Okay, radiation आपल्याला माहिती आहे, radiation is nothing but transfer of heat in the form of electromagnetic waves. Okay, conduction आपल्याला माहिती आहे. Okay, transfer of heat without displacement of the molecules, म्हणजे तिथे displacement होणार नाही molecules. And why the heat transfer is takes place due to the lattice vibration and free electrons. Okay, it is related to the conduction. Then what about the convection? How the heat transfer is takes place for the convection? Okay, suppose we have to consider one water and we have to heating that particular water. What will happen? किंवा तुम्ही बघितलं असेल ज्यावेळेला आपण हीटर पाणी गरम करायसाठी हीटर पाण्यात टाकतोय त्यावेळेला काय होतंय बघा. What will happen? What way the heat transfer is takes place? Okay, so whatever the water which is near to the particular heater, that molecules first heated. Okay, because of the heating, what will happen? The density of that molecules will be reduces. Temperature वाढली की density काय होत असते? कमी होत असते. Okay, so whatever the molecules which are in contact with that particular heater, that molecule density will be reduces. And if the density will be reduces, then what will happen? Okay, that molecules will coming in the upper side. Okay, ज्याची density कमी असणार ते molecules कुठे येणार आहेत? वरती येणार आहेत. And whatever the molecules having more density, that molecules will go in the downward direction. Okay, means what way the heat transfer is takes place? Transfer of heat due to the motion of the molecules. कंडक्शन मध्ये आपण काय म्हणतोय? मॉलिक्युल्स फिक्स आहेत, त्याचे जे काही व्हायब्रेशन्स असणार आहेत ते काही फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन्स असणार आहेत, त्याच्यामुळे हीट ट्रान्सफर होणार आहे. बट व्हॉट अबाउट द कन्व्हेक्शन? द हीट ट्रान्सफर ड्यू टू द मोशन ऑफ द मॉलिक्युल्स. ओके, म्हणजे जे काही मॉलिक्युल्स आहेत ते काय करणार आहेत? पहिला ते स्वतः गरम होणार आहेत आणि ते काय करणार आहेत? दुसरीकडे जाणार आहेत. ओके, म्हणजे एनर्जी ट्रान्सफर जे आहे ते कशामुळे आहे? ड्यू टू द मोशन ऑफ द मॉलिक्युल्स. समजतंय बघा, म्हणजे जे काही मॉलिक्युल्स आहेत ते स्वतः मोशन मध्ये येणार आहेत आणि हीट ट्रान्सफर करणार आहेत. सो सच हीट ट्रान्सफर इज नथिंग बट कन्व्हेक्शन. All of you get this point? Convection. So in that convection, forced convection is there and natural convection is there. Forced convection कधी होणार आहे? जे काही मॉलिक्युल्स आहेत त्याला आपण मोशन कशी देणार आहे? बाय युजिंग द एक्सटर्नल डिव्हाइसेस. सपोज यू हॅव टू कन्सिडर देयर इज अ एअर. So how the motion we have given the air? By using that fan. So fan is nothing but it is an external device. Okay, आता रेट ऑफ हीट ट्रान्सफर कुठल्या प्रोसेस मध्ये जास्त असेल? नॅचरल का फोर्सला? फोर्सला असणार, कारण वी आर युजिंग द एक्सटर्नल डिव्हाइस. नॅचरलला असतं तर मग आपण बसलो तर आपल्याला इथे थंड वाटायला पाहिजे, बरोबर? फॅन का लावतोय आपण? ओके, सो ड्यू टू दॅट हीट ट्रान्सफर रेट विल बी इन्क्रीजेस. Okay, so if we are using the external device and at that time whatever the heat transfer is takes place, that is nothing but forced convection. आणि नॅचरल कन्व्हेक्शन, आता इथे फॅन चालू नाही, इथे जे काही हीट ट्रान्सफर होणार आहे ते कशामुळे होणार आहे? डेन्सिटी डिफरन्स मुळे. म्हणजे जे काही एअरचे मॉलिक्युल्स आहेत, whatever the air molecules are there, in that particular molecules there is a difference of density and due to that air molecules are in the motion. त्याच्यामुळे ते मॉलिक्युल्स काय असणार आहेत? मोशन मध्ये असणार. पण तिथं काय, जी काही मोशन आहे नॅचरली पण असणारच आहे, बट ऍडिशनली वी आर युजिंग द एक्सटर्नल डिव्हाइस. ओके, मग आपण पंप यूज करू शकतोय, ब्लोअर यूज करू शकतोय, फॅन यूज करू शकतोय. सो दीज आर दी सम ऑफ द एक्सटर्नल डिव्हाइसेस. बाय युजिंग दॅट वी हॅव गिवन द एक्सटर्नल मोशन. सो ऍट दॅट टाइम व्हॉटएव्हर द हीट ट्रान्सफर इज टेक्स प्लेस, दॅट इज नथिंग बट फोर्स्ड कन्व्हेक्शन. ओके, एक्सटर्नलला तुम्हाला विचारलं जात आहे की तुम्ही बसलाय फॅनवर चालू असतोय, कुठल्या प्रकारची हीट ट्रान्सफर आहे? ओके, ऍट दॅट टाइम हॅव टू टेल द forced convection. Okay, all of you get this point? So write down the syllabus for this. Already हे जे काय आहे डायमेन्शनल अनालिसिस वगैरे हे तुम्हाला एफएम मध्ये झालेलं आहे. त्याच्यासाठी काय तर डेरिव्हेशन्स आहेत ते आपल्याला सॉल्व्ह करायचे आहेत, म्हणजे इक्वेशन फाइंड आउट करायचे आहेत. ओके, सो राइट डाउन युनिट 4 कन्व्हेक्शन. इन दैट राइट डाउन द फर्स्ट सब पॉइंट एज ए फोर्स्ड कन्वेक्शन. फोर्स्ड कन्वेक्शन, फोर्स्ड कन्वेक्शन. राइट डाउन मेकॅनिझम ऑफ ओके, आणि कन्व्हेक्शन जे होत आहे ते कशा कशामध्ये असणार आहे? लिक्विड्स आणि गॅसेस. सॉलिड मध्ये कन्व्हेक्शन होईल का? ओके, ते पण लक्षात ठेवा. आणि कंडक्शन जे असणार आहे ते कशामध्ये होणार? लिक्विड मध्ये होईल का? बघा, विचार करा. लिक्विड आणि गॅसेसला का होऊ शकत नाही? कंडक्शन जे आहे, conduction is possible in the solid, liquid and gases. Remember this thing. Okay, कारण लिक्विड मध्ये सॉलिड जे आहे, इन सॉलिड इंटरमॉलिक्युलर फोर्स ऑफ अट्रॅक्शन इज मोर ऍज कम्पेअर्ड टू दी लिक्विड. ओके, त्याच्यामध्ये मॉलिक्युल्स आहेत, इंटरमॉलिक्युलर फोर्स ऑफ अट्रॅक्शन कमी आहे. म्हणजे सॉलिड बघितलं तर त्याच्यामध्ये मॉलिक्युल जे असणार ते कॉम्पॅक्ट असणार, पण गॅसेस मध्ये त्याच्यामध्ये डिस्टन्स जास्त असतात. सॉरी, लिक्विड मध्ये त्याच्यापेक्षा जास्त असणार आणि गॅसेस मध्ये त्याच्यापेक्षा जास्त असणार आहे. पण जे काही मॉलिक्युल्स जवळ जवळ असणार आहे ते हीट ट्रान्सफर करू शकतात, तिथे कोलिजन होणार आहे. ओके, सो फॉर दॅट वी हॅव टू कन्सिडर इन दी कंडक्शन इज पॉसिबल इन दी सॉलिड, लिक्विड अँड गॅसेस. ओके, जे काही जास्तीत जास्त कंडक्शन होणार आहे ते सॉलिड मध्ये होणार आहे, पण लिक्विड मध्ये आणि गॅसेस मध्ये थोड्या प्रमाणात का होईना होत असते कंडक्शन, लक्षात ठेवा. सो वी हॅव टू कन्सिडर दॅट कंडक्शन इज पॉसिबल इन दी सॉलिड, लिक्विड अँड गॅसेस. अँड व्हॉट अबाउट दी कन्व्हेक्शन? Convection is possible only for the liquid and gases. Solid मध्ये convection नसणार आहे. Okay, so write down mechanism of convection and its types. Mechanism of convection and its types. comma, concept of hydrodynamic and thermal boundary layer, concept of hydrodynamic and thermal boundary layer, concept of hydrodynamic and thermal boundary layer, comma, local and average convective coefficient, 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 full stop. Next line, dimensional analysis, dimensional analysis, dimensional analysis, comma, dimensionless number and their physical significance, dimensionless numbers and their physical significance, dimensionless numbers and their physical significance, comma, empirical correlations for internal and external flow, empirical correlations for internal and external flow, internal and external flow in forced convection problems, empirical correlations for internal and external flow in forced convection problems, in bracket, numerical treatment, okay. Then write down the second beat, that is nothing but natural convection, second beat, natural convection, write down introduction, comma, dimensional analysis, comma, dimensionless numbers and their physical significance, dimensionless numbers and their physical significance, dimensionless numbers and their physical significance, comma, empirical correlations for natural convection problems, empirical correlations for natural convection problems, in bracket, numerical treatment, okay. So this is about the syllabus of unit 4 convection. We have to cover the forced convection and natural convection. We have to understood the dimensional analysis. We have to see the dimensionless numbers for the forced convection and natural convection, and we have to see the empirical correlation for the forced as well as natural convection. And on that empirical correlations, we have to solve some of the problems on that. Okay, so this is about the unit 4 convection. Then write down the unit 5, boiling and condensation. Okay, so in the boiling and condensation, we have to discuss about what is the meaning of boiling heat transfer, then what are the types of the boiling, then what is the meaning of pool boiling curve, then post boiling phenomena, condensation heat transfer, what is the meaning of film wise and drop wise condensation. Okay, and in last we have to discuss about the introduction to heat pipe. So what is the construction of that heat pipe, what is the working of heat pipe, what are the applications. Okay, so heat pipe is nothing but it is one of the pipe. So by using that we have to transferring the heat. So for the transferring the heat we have to use this heat pipe. Okay, so in that heat pipe there are 3 sections are there. Okay, evaporator section is there, adiabatic section is there, and condenser section is there. So whatever the heat we have to collect it at the one end, we have to transferring that heat to the another hand. Okay, so means we have to absorb the heat at the evaporator section and we have to releasing the heat at the condenser section. Okay, so at that time we have to see the construction of that particular heat pipe. Okay, so write down the syllabus of unit 5. What is the name of unit 5? Boiling and condensation. Boiling and condensation. Write down boiling heat transfer. Boiling heat transfer. Boiling heat transfer. Boiling heat transfer, comma, types of boiling, boiling heat transfer, comma, types of boiling, comma, pool boiling curve, pool boiling curves, pool boiling curves, pool boiling curves, comma, force boiling phenomenon, force boiling phenomenon, force boiling phenomenon, comma, condensation heat transfer, condensation heat transfer, condensation heat transfer, comma, film wise and drop wise condensation, film wise and drop wise condensation, film wise and drop wise condensation. Full stop. Next line. Introduction of heat pipe. Introduction of heat pipe. In bracket, construction, working, advantages and applications. Descriptive treatment. Introduction of heat pipe. So we have to see the construction of that heat pipe, working of heat pipe, what are the advantages, what are the applications. Okay. So introduction of heat pipe in bracket, construction, working, advantages and applications. Okay, so this is about the unit 5. We have to discuss the types of the boiling, boiling curve, what is meant by condensation, what is meant by fill wise and drop wise condensation, and then we have to discuss the heat pipe. Okay, so this is about the unit 5, boiling and condensation. And in unit 6, what is the unit 6? That is nothing but heat exchangers. Okay, so we have to exchanging the heat between the hot water and cold water. Okay, so there are different classifications are there on the heat exchanger. Okay, according to the nature of heat transfer, according to the construction and working, according to the phase. So there are different classifications are there. Okay, so means direct contact heat exchangers are there, indirect contact heat exchangers are there, parallel flow, counter flow, cross flow. Condenser is one of the heat exchanger, evaporator is the one of the heat exchanger. Okay, concentric tubes are there, shell and tube is there. So these are the different types of the heat exchangers are there. Okay, so by using that we have to exchanging the heat, we have to transferring the heat. Okay, so we have to discuss the classification and types of the heat exchanger. What is meant by Fouling factor? What is the overall heat transfer coefficient? Okay, analysis by LMTD and NTU method. Okay, so in this heat exchanger we have to discuss the two methods. LMTD is nothing but log mean temperature difference and NTU is nothing but number of transfer units. So by using these two methods we have to analyze the heat exchanger. What is the temperature? How to design that particular heat exchanger? So by using this LMTD and NTU method we have to analyze the parallel flow and counter flow heat exchanger. Okay, then what are the different design considerations for the heat exchanger? Okay, so that part we have to cover in the unit number 6, that is heat exchangers. Okay, so all of you write down the syllabus. Write down unit 6 heat exchangers. Write down classification, classification and types of heat exchangers. Classification and types of heat exchangers. Types of heat exchangers, comma, Fouling factor and overall heat transfer coefficient. Fouling factor and overall heat transfer coefficient. Fouling factor and overall heat transfer coefficient, comma, analysis by LMTD and NTU method. Analysis by LMTD and NTU method. LMTD and NTU method for parallel and counter flow. LMTD and NTU method for parallel and counter flow. Parallel and counter flow. And last point is design consideration for heat exchangers. Design consideration for heat exchanger in bracket numerical treatment. In bracket numerical treatment. Okay. So for the heat exchanger, heat transfer, there are two sections. In section 1, conduction is there, extended surface is there, and radiation is there. So these three topics are in the section 1. And what about the section 2? Convection is there, boiling and condensation is there, and heat exchanger is there. So these are the three topics in the section 2. Okay, so all of you get what we have to study in the heat transfer subject. Okay, so we have to cover first unit as a conduction, then we have to go for the extended surface, radiation, then convection, boiling and condensation, and heat exchanger. So these are the topics related to the heat transfer subject. Okay. Then for the ICA, that is nothing but internal continuous assessment. Okay. So any 8 experiments based on the following list. Okay. So these are the total 12 experiments are there. So in the practicals for the heat transfer subject, we have to conduct any 8 experiments from this 12. Okay. So all of you write down ICA. Write down the ICA. Write down any 8 experiments based on following list. Any 8 experiments based on following list. हे सगळ्यात शेवटी शेवटच्या पेजवर आता आपण इथलं युनिट नंबर 1 चालू करून तिथनं नोट्स घेत जाणार आहे. हे फक्त हे जे पेज आहे ते फक्त लास्ट ला घ्या, सगळ्यात लास्ट. Write down at the last page of the notebook. Only write down the names of the experiments. Okay. So these experiments are related to our syllabus. Okay. So whenever we have to completing the sub syllabus, then we have to starting the experiments. So first experiment is determination of the thermal conductivity of the insulating powder. So for the calculating the thermal conductivity of insulating powder, we need the derivation of the sphere. So after completion of this sphere, we can go for this first experiment. Okay. So we have to remember this thing. Means whatever the practicals are there, that practicals are depending upon the units. Okay. So we have to write down first experiment at the determination of the thermal conductivity of the insulating powder. Okay. So means we have to understood what are the experiments and what are our syllabus. Okay. We have to interconnect that practicals with our syllabus. Okay. So that's why we have to write down at the last page whatever the experiments we have. Okay. Write down the all the experiments. Determination of thermal conductivity of insulating powder. So this is the first experiment. Determination of thermal conductivity of insulating powder. Then second, determination of thermal conductivity of composite wall. बाकीचं सेम आहे, फक्त composite wall लिहा, बाकीचं सेम ठेवा. Determination of thermal conductivity of composite wall. Determination of thermal conductivity of composite wall. थर्ड पण सेमच आहे, फक्त आपण तिथं कशाची थर्मल कंडक्टिव्हिटी फाइंड आउट करणार आहे, मेटल रॉड. Determination of thermal conductivity of metal rod. Okay. So these first 3 experiments are related to the conduction. Okay. So whatever the unit 1 is there, on that unit 1 we have to conducting these 3 experiments. We have to finding the thermal conductivity of insulating powder. We have to finding the thermal conductivity of composite wall, and we have to finding the thermal conductivity of the metal rod. Okay. Then experiment number 4, determination of heat transfer coefficient for the natural convection. Okay. So unit experiment number 4 and 5, which is related to the convection. Okay. One is related to the natural convection and one is related to the forced convection. And in that experiment, we have to calculating the heat transfer coefficient. Means we have to calculating the value of H. Okay. For the natural and for the forced convection. So write down experiment number 4 as a determination of heat transfer coefficient for natural convection, and experiment number 5 as a determination of heat transfer coefficient for the forced convection. Okay. Then experiment number 6 and 7, these are related to the radiation. Okay, determination of emissivity and determination of Stefan-Boltzmann constant. So these two experiments are related to the radiation. Okay, so write down experiment number 6, determination of emissivity of test plate. Determination of emissivity of test plate, and 7th one is a determination of Stefan-Boltzmann constant. Okay, so these two experiments are related to the radiation. Whenever we have to complete the unit radiation, then it is easy to understand that determination of emissivity and Stefan-Boltzmann constant. Okay, then experiment number 8, determination of critical heat flux in boiling heat transfer. Okay, and determination of heat transfer coefficient in drop-wise and film-wise condition. So experiment number 8 and 9, which is related to the unit number 5, that is nothing but boiling and condensation. Okay, so all of you write down experiment number 8 and 9. These two experiments are related to the topic number 5, that is boiling and condensation. Okay, so all of you write down determination of critical heat flux in boiling heat transfer, determination of critical heat flux in boiling heat transfer, and 9th experiment is a determination of heat transfer coefficient in drop-wise and film-wise condensation. Determination of heat transfer coefficient in drop-wise and film-wise condensation. Okay, determination of heat transfer coefficient in drop-wise and film-wise condensation. Okay, and experiment number 10 and 11, this is related to the heat exchanger. So write down experiment number 10, determination of effectiveness of heat exchanger. Determination of effectiveness of heat exchanger. Then 11, heat pipe demonstration. Heat pipe demonstration. Okay, and last experiment which is related to the expanded surfaces, which is unit number 2. Unit number 2 वरती कुठला experiment आहे? Determination of temperature distribution, fin efficiency in natural and forced convection. Means we have to considering their extended surface also, we have to considering their convection also. Okay, so experiment number 12 is determination of temperature distribution, fin efficiency in natural and forced convection. Okay, and practical exam ला कसा असणार आहे बघा. Instructions for practical exam: 4 to 5 experiments may be selected for practical examination. The number of students for each practical setup may not be more than 4 students. Oral will be based on the practical performed in the examination and the experiments included in the journal. Okay, तुम्हाला एक्सपेरिमेंट तिथे कंडक्ट करावं लागणार, रीडिंग घ्यावी लागणार आणि त्याच्यावरती तुमची ओरल असणार आहे. प्रॅक्टिकल ओरल एक्झामिनेशन म्हणजे ह्याच्यामध्ये तुम्हाला सिलेबस मधला पण पार्ट विचारलेला जाऊ शकतो या जी काही तुमची ओरल होणार आहे, प्रॅक्टिकल ओरल. ओके, सो दीज आर दी एक्सपेरिमेंट्स रिलेटेड टू द हीट ट्रान्सफर सब्जेक्ट. हे जे काही 12 आहेत त्यातले आपल्याला कुठलेही 8 कंडक्ट करायचे आहेत. ओके, टेक्स्ट बुक बघा, तुम्ही कुठलेही टेक्स्ट बुक यूज करू शकताय. जनरली आर.के. राजपूत आहे, पी.के. नाग आहे. ओके, त्याच्यानंतर सेंजल आहे. आपल्या लॅब मध्ये सगळे बुक आहेत लायब्ररीमध्ये. कुठलेही तुम्ही एक वापरा, जास्त करून हे वापरलं तर चालेल, आर.के. राजपूत. ओके, हीट अँड मास ट्रान्सफर बाय दी आर.के. राजपूत. ओके, पी.के. नाग इज देअर, सेंजल इज देअर. हे 2-3 बुकची नावं लिहा, आर.के. राजपूत, पी.के. नाग आणि सेंजल. ओके, आपल्या सिलेबसला जर कन्सिडर केलं तर आर.के. राजपूत बेस्ट आहे. ओके, आपण जो ऍक्च्युअल सिलेबस आहे तो नेक्स्ट लेक्चरला स्टार्ट करू. ओके, इथे तुम्हाला समजते बघा, कंडक्शन, कन्वेक्शन आणि रेडिएशन. ओके, सो ऑल ऑफ यू पुट युअर रोल नंबर्स इन द चॅट बॉक्स. We will stop here. Remaining part, or we have to start the unit number 1 in the next lecture. Okay, thank you very much. रोल नंबर सांगा. 32. 56. 51. 61. 67. 67 नंतर 53. Next 46. Okay, next 1. 6. 18. 18. 29. Next कौन डाला? 7. 70. Okay. 42. Okay, anyone is remaining? All of you put your roll numbers in the chat box. Those who are put it, they can leave the meeting. Thank you very much.